Welcome, everybody. This is a little book I made on my travels through my visualization techniques. I've compiled a whole bunch of stuff from Jungian psychology to alchemy. I've boiled it down to an easy guide to visualize and meditate in order to complete your mind with brute force. There's two sides of the book. Flipped vertically, it's the tree of life, and the Kabbalah, it's the tree of death. It's the seraph. So I'm going to read it to you. Matt's Guide to Visualization. That's my real name. 9 Steps to an Inner World, or Alchemy of the Soul. 1. Give yourself permission to completely zone out, 100%. This will shut up your inner voice. Calcination. These words are the steps to creating this philosopher's stone. You don't have to worry about them too much. 2. Once fully zoned out, use the artistic side of your brain to place yourself in a theater of the mind and write what you see on the screen. You will not be able to control it yet. Dissolution. So you just sit down, completely zone out, smoke some shit, imagine yourself in a movie theater, and write down what you see. That's basically it. Do that for a bit. By the way, this paper is made in Italy, in the original place that started making paper a long time ago. 3. Excuse me. Spend time there in your mind palace. Stay zoned out. Things will appear on the screen at random, but it's really your inner world. Separation/separatio. This is the original Latin version. 4. Once you're confident enough, stand up and walk around. You will stumble and labor over every step at first. You don't know what's outside. Go outside. Conjugation. You know that scene in Kill Bill, Wiggle Your Big Toe? It's basically going to be like that until you find the will, in which case you're just going to move around normally. Okay. And that the will is a couple steps ahead. Outside the theater, go at your own pace. Rearrange furniture. Visualize, but not imagine, a house. Share it, arrange it, shape it, arrange it, move cups to other tables. That's the easiest way. This is called putrefaction. Solidify your thoughts. Make every room a part of your mind. Arrange as needed. This is the Jungian. This is the ego. This piece here is the consciousness. This is the conscious-unconscious axis. This is the left-right hemisphere axis. It's the mind palace. It's right here in the self. Unconscious. This is the shadow. And this is the animus/anima. It's the opposite gender, and it is all of the parts of your mind that aren't you. So if you were non-binary, this would be basically no gender at all. If you're a man, this is going to be a woman. If you are a woman, this is going to be a man, and vice versa. If it's like the composite of all the things that you don't identify with. So if you're non-binary, it's going to be a little bit more complicated, but we're not going to go into that here. 7. In your search, you'll see a power source, the will. Hook this up to your mind palace. It will convert the shadow into autonomous beings called archetypes. You'll have to figure out the wiring and shit on your own. Pick a type of fiction that you like most and imagine it like that. You're going to have to build shapes in your head and physically piece it apart, piece by piece. And once you finish it, this actually won't take very long, because once you visualize, you'll notice that time slows down in your mind. Anyway. Archetypes. These are just the basic archetypes. So these will either be places or people. The self is the entire mental universe. The shadow is the anti-self. That's like, it's gonna think of itself like a villain, but it's really just your inner edgelord. Don't worry about it. If you don't like parts of yourself, it's gonna display them. If you're abused as a kid, It's going to have like ways you don't like expressing yourself, the animus less anima, opposite gender, ideal partner, repressed traits. This is going to be a being in your mind that is the opposite gender identity. We spoke about them. They're going to be like a partner because they're going to be equal to yourself. It's going to be a opposite version of your mind. So it's not going. You're going to be kind of married, but not really because it's just you. So if you're just it's not mental cheating. It's just literally a different part of your consciousness. Okay, persona. That's you. That's the way you walk around. These are layers in your mind. This part is called sublimination. Okay, outside your mind palace, there are the dreamlands. Go explore and return with anyone you find. More on that later. Fermentation. Okay. So 10. In your travels, you will meet individuals with independent voices and actions. These are the leaders. Yourself, or persona, shadow, and animus. We got that. So these are the citizens. The innocent one. These are according to Carl Jung. The innocent one, the everyman, the hero, the nurturer. If you're ever having a bad day, imagine a nurturer, and they will like massage your inner self, and you'll actually feel better. The rebel. This guy's going to be important to breach through different places, so make sure you give him what he wants and make sure he's happy. The seeker, the lover. This is going to be your significant other in real life if you have one. Creator's artist, the jester or joker, the sage, and the wizard. This is not to be confused with the trickster spirit. That's going to be later. Exaltation and multiplication. Once you have all these people in your mind, you'll get them all in one place. You'll find something. We'll get to that. Oh, and of course the ruler. You have to designate one of them or find one yourself. Okay, so these are the archetypes that are not part of you. These are part of the collective unconscious. It's like a blueprint in our minds that come when we're a baby. So this is the father. This is the mother, child. The maiden. This represents purity and chastity. So it's like parts of yourself when you're a kid. Harems are accepted in the dreamlands as they're all other yous. Don't worry too much about it. It's just going to be like purely visual. It's just a dream, basically. The animals in your world and all robots are part of a hive mind. Make them rooms in your mind palace. Now we flip the book. We go to Qliphoth, the Tree of Death. So, Matt's Guide to the Dreamlands. After your party is complete, have them form a committee to conquer and liberate the dreamlands from your inner demons. Okay, they're going to be conquering your mind. And every time you meet one, it's going to represent itself as some negative part of yourself that you really hate, that you repress. Or like a traumatic part of your experience. That would be an archdemon. And they will have bunkers and settlements. It's kind of like Far Cry. If you ever played a Far Cry game, you have to conquer all the settlements and bunkers and connect your supply lines. And then your supply lines will come from your mind palace, and you'll basically form a network. Once this network is complete, it'll form something called the World Engine. We're not there yet, though. You are their god. You let your archetypes live independent lives before. Now you're a family. Some will shack up and have children, some with you. Or at least your persona. Your persona is a different person. And in this case, your partner's mind will become your animus, anima, animix in your inner world. So your inner world is kind of like a video game, but it's your own head. Anyway, the Sorcerer's Stone. Your victory in conquering your whole mind palace in the dreamlands, making the dreamlands itself your entire mind palace, or finding the Lapis Philosophorum, the Magnum Opus, the Sorcerer's Stone, and you're going to find a silver key. This is going to open up the gates to the void. It's like a darkness underneath this upper realm. And the void And the Sorcerer's Stone will be a catalyst for transformation, just without having to physically shape it. You'll just like snap your hands, right hand, and you'll be able to like create things, and snap your left hand, and you'll be able to destroy things. Anyway, it's different. That's what I do. Yours is going to be different. The point of this is just a creative exercise without actually having to make the art. It's kind of like it's like writing through your problems, except different. Anyway, the world engine. So as your supply lines are complete, you'll be able to create a method of control of the realms. One in battle. You'll find a new substance called prime matter. This will allow you to build a divine mechanism to synchronize your inner universe with your mind. And that is what makes you able to go to the mind palace without having to zone out. And once you're able to do the mind palace without having to zone out, you'll notice that it's in the bubble. And it doesn't feel like it's in your head. The outer bubble is called the void. So, first, now that you do that, you're able to do it when you're not zoning out. And you have this mind palace, and you can bring it up while you're walking down through a street for maybe 3 minutes, and then you're able to let go of it. This is Hermetic principle. So the mantra I use to ignite the world engine is called as above, so below, as within, so without. Meditate on this, and then you will be able to invade the void. This is the chart. The outer world, real life, world engine. It connects to this part of your mind that you build. That goes to a compass or smartphone, that your persona has. It's like your main character. And then that goes to the inner world. And then obviously your persona is like a physical self, like a character you made to represent yourself. Anyway, the Void King, or Queen, or person, whatever you want to do. It's going to be the same as whatever you identify as. The Void is an ocean of pure unconsciousness. Normal travel is impossible. Teleport via the world engine, or build a compass or smartphone to light up the way. You shine the smartphone or click on something, and you will build mechanisms in your mind that will allow you to come up with new abilities that you will be able to use to traverse the void. And the void is going to be, if you like imagining video games, this is the best part. The Void King or Queen is the core of your trauma. They cannot be defeated. They must be argued with or bartered with. And your goal is to get this person as one of your archetypes that lives specifically in the void and is basically like the Void King will become a hired knight to conquer the void when you leave the Mind Palace. When you leave the Mind Palace, you will disappear from it. Coming back to it now will be like going into Narnia. That's just what I've noticed. When I go back to it, a certain amount of time has passed, and it's different every time. Of course, the characters will exist in real time with you because they're extensions of yourself. But you'll notice that the world outside your mind palace will be totally different every time, or at least it will have progressed. Once peace is made, you will discover all of your hidden knowledge just by talking to yourself, literally, and having parts of yourself project thoughts into your mind out of nowhere. Make your mind family your disciples, devote on what to fix in your absence. Give them freedom, the keys and the stone, and now your soul is complete. So basically what you're going to do after this is take a good month off, maybe 40 days. It takes 21 days to actually enact change. So this whole exercise should take you about 21 days. The first part took me a week. Second part, maybe 2 weeks. I'm still working on this part. But what I'm doing right now is you just completely just like not even enter your mind palace. So spend time away from it. And the longer you do it, you'll notice a perspective shift. Anyway, this is Splingy Dude, and this was my guide. Peace.